Hey, anybody hit one if you can hear me. I want to make sure shit is audible.
Special, you mean so much to me. How much I love you, and heaven knows I'll place the one above you, baby. Keep me smiling, baby. I'm so satisfied. I'm so satisfied. Baby, keep me smiling. Oh, baby, I'm so satisfied. I'm so satisfied. On me, you brighten up my day.
That's my shit. Hey, I see one.
And I won't let you get away. No, 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 no. When I'm troubled, I call you. You chase my blues. You chase my blues away. I wanna give you the same feeling. 'Cause everyone should feel this way. Wake up with a smile every day. Smile. Baby, I'm so satisfied. I'm so satisfied. You keep me smiling. Baby, I'm so satisfied. I'm so sad. I'm so satisfied. I'm gonna be the one satisfied your feelings. Still make me so happy. Smile with you. I'm so smile for you. Smile with me. Oh, it's happy, baby. That's going to satisfy. Smile, baby. Smile, baby. What's love? Baby. Smile, baby. Feels so good. Smile, baby. Smile, baby. I'm so sad.
Keep me smiling. You know what? My mirror may be dirty. Not my mirror, put the glass on here. But what's up, fam? I think folk can hear me. They hit the one. So this gonna be real quick. I'm just at home bored. I done had me some syrup, that THC syrup, and I was watching this video and these two guys debate about home defense. Then I watched Sinetta TV, and he had his brother on there talking about gun training and gun classes. And after I watched his show, I was just a bit bothered by some of the information on there. Because I'm a serious, well, for the last 2 years, I've been a serious 2A advocate. 2A meaning Second Amendment. And your Second Amendment rights, right? So I'm an advocate. I'm a 2A advocate, I consider myself. And over the last 2 years, I got addicted to to different gun channels and shit. So I got these gun protection videos, ballistic test videos. Every day I watch some shit for the last years. So I just been into it, and I ended up buying 6 guns because one day I was sitting here, and my granddaughter and my daughter stayed with me for about 8 months one time. And I said, what if some big wide receiver type cat, 230 pounds and just athletic, came in the household or something happened, and I had to protect my daughter and my grandchild, right? So I said, I need a fucking gun. Other than that, you know, I'm 51 years old now. I ain't got time to be fighting nobody. So I'm about self-protection, protecting my family and my property, right? So I even got my Gunners of America membership. I didn't sign up with the NRA one. I signed up with the Gun Owners of America. Gun Owners of America. See, I got it on my little tablet. The Gun Owners of America. I even got it on my little stash box. You want to see my stash box? Right now. It's my little tray. My little tray for my weed. Come with my it come with a glass smell-proof jar, right? You can keep your little stuff in. Got it on Amazon. They got a whole bunch of these little things. Cause you know, sometimes I put this and it's seal-proof, it's smell-proof, everything. So when I take a flight and I put it in my check-in baggage, not your carry-on, put it in my check-in baggage, seal tight, it's fine. You know, they kind of liberal these days, and it's okay. Right? So it comes with a little nice quality grinder. And I just threw in my zigzag because I roll with zigzag shit. Yeah. I use zigzags. I'm old school. So get you some zigzags. Fuck them goddamn blunts. See, look here. You spending on blunts, what, $30 a month? You know, just say you get a blunt a day. You know what I mean? $2 a blunt or whatever it costs out here. I don't know. Every day. That's 30 days a week. That's $30 a month on fucking blunts and shit. I can buy a pack of these. How many come in here? I forget, but this motherfucker lasts me all month long. And give me a cigarette roller. I ain't talking about breaking it up with your hands and shit with all them fucking crumbs and shit in there. You know what I mean? And all thick, chunky pieces. You grind that shit and make it fine. The finer it is, the better it smokes and burns slower and evenly. Just like tobacco's broken up. Y'all be putting clumps and shit in your shit. By the time you get to the middle of the nugget and shit, you didn't burnt up the THC content. Y'all smoke weed, you don't know about weed. So and some roller and some a roller. And it'd be perfect like a cigarette. And plus, you can taste your weed, actually. Because you just got some papers and it's clean. Anyway, I didn't got all off first. But yeah, I even got it on my Gunners of America stash box. With my stash box, I just have the sticker Gunners of America on there. Right? So I've been into it. You know what I mean? And look here. So I watch all the gun protection channels. I watch the ballistic test. I keep up with the law in California, and I watch the they have different gun rights attorneys and different channels on YouTube. I watch them. I especially watch one guy in California just talk about. So I get my education on the rules and the laws and two-way information. I'm just an advocate, just like, you know, people are supposed to be supporting ADOS. ADOS movement was just an advocacy movement. It wasn't trying to tell you what your ethnicity is. It was a political advocacy movement for reparations. That's it. Y'all took it all elsewhere and got to talking crazy and dividing up and worried about the personalities of the founders and shit. So what y'all did basically was you was into personalities instead of the principle. The principles was you had an attorney, a law attorney from UCLA, and a lady who used to work on Capitol Hill, or her degree in political science, trying to run a reparations movement. Here y'all is arguing and worried about personalities over principles. Anyway, so plus what inspired this video also on Saturday TV, he had this brother on there talking about the gun training classes he had and getting your gun permit out there in New York. And Saturday had him on his channel. But I was just so compelled to call in and correct some of this information, because when you're talking guns and Second Amendment rights and telling people to go to gun training and you can do this, it's not time to be playing with people and giving misinformation just to make some money, bring people to your class. And it's not like a game to me. I'm serious about it, right? So first of all, let me say, I respect him for what he's doing in his training. What's happening, people? First, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. See, that's why I never read the comments, because I get thrown all off. Y'all know I'm old shit. First off, guns are serious. So you just can't throw any old misinformation out there and just to make money. Because so you want to make money, tell people to come to your class, just do this and expunge this for your record. From your record, if you got a felony, oh yeah, your state is good. Every state is totally different about their gun rights. You follow what the state says, okay? So, but I appreciate him for coming on, talking about gun training, bringing the subject up in the Black community, because we never talk about gun training, Second Amendment rights, self-protection, the laws of it, what you can and can't do in your state. I live in California. So California and New York has the worst gun laws, period. Chicago, Baltimore ain't no good either. But, Chicago and New York have the worst gun laws. So it's a lot of people can't get guns, but every state have their law. You have to follow what your state says. Don't listen to nobody else. It's either Google your state laws, what you can and what you cannot do. Ain't no ifs and nothing. Well, I don't know, maybe they make it strict. If you have a certain felony, it's just strict, like you can't. Don't listen to nobody telling you to go pay and get this expunged and do this if you can't, depending on your crime. Your state tells you what the fuck it is, and it's straight, serious, hardcore. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You have to know that. So you have to be careful who you listen to out here. They just may be trying to hustle you. But I do appreciate him talking about gun training, getting people interested, and just bringing the subject to the forefront. Plus, once he didn't mention this, I knew it was, I'm not even gonna bash it, but I knew I just had to come make this video and clarify some things. Once somebody in New York is telling a bunch of Black folk about gun rights, what they can and can't do, what they can expunge, and the training, all this, and you can get a gun, and this is about a gun permit, and they're not distinguishing between getting a gun permit to purchase to have one in your home, or like in my state, most southern states say a gun permit to carry. In New York, you got to have a gun permit, I guess, to buy. But that's different than having a gun permit to conceal and carry, okay? So conceal and carry meaning, right? I'm carrying right now in my home. You can't tell. I'm concealing and carrying, meaning it's concealed. You can't see, you don't know. It's not open carry. I'm concealing and carry, right? So I have a right to do that in my home here. I don't have a carry permit to be in the streets with a firearm. So you have to distinguish that if you teach it a bunch of Black folk who are just unaware. I just felt the need to correct that so people can understand, okay? So people are thinking from listening to him, and I was reading the comments, and I was just listening to the questions of the callers, that if you get a gun permit in New York, then you may be able to walk around the street and carry. Because no, it's a total difference. What's up, Isaiah? CCW concealed carry. So like, let me before I forget. And when he's in New York, he need to mention this. People need to know this. I'm a serious gun advocate. You see, I got the two-way shirt. I got this from the Pew Pew Life. Pew Pew, pew pew pew. Anyway, from the Pew Pew Life website, a brother sells two-way hats. Cold in the world. I just got this off his site. You know what I mean? So he's in New York, son editor and the guy talking. So I knew it wasn't that serious when you didn't bring up the biggest gun rights case in years coming up in October. And I've been posting about this, and it's the reason why we advocate to let people know what's happening coming on. When he didn't mention this, I said, oh, people just hustle. So I just felt the need to make a two-way video and talk about guns, what you can do, and the laws that's going on here. So in New York has a Supreme Court case coming up. It's called the New York State Pistol and Rifle Association versus Corlett. It's the biggest case in years and going to the Supreme Court. It's about being able to conceal and carry for protection. And people will be able to get a permit to conceal and carry from now on. And this court case is coming up in October. And nobody even is talking about it in the Black community. So I figure I'd just mention it. State of New York Pistol and Rifle Association versus Corlett. It's a Supreme Court case, not just no regular court case. And it's going to decide in the state of New York if you can be able to conceal and carry as an upstanding citizen in New York, not just any old fool. Of course, it's regulated, you know what I mean? But in New York, the court case is just in 2-3 months in October. Big court case. You can look it up in Google. Nobody even knows this. Nobody even talked about this in the Black community. In New York, remember I said New York, California are the strictest states in like gun laws? Fucking Democrats and shit. Restricting us. You may be able to conceal and carry if this court case goes down. So the Supreme Court case is in New York, so New York sets the precedents, meaning California will follow because now we have a precedent in court. And as your Second Amendment rights, or you are allowed, you're supposed to be able to protect your family's self and property. Right? I'm not for open carry. I've never have been. I just don't like to be, I'm not for it. But conceal and carry, I represent. That's just what I stand for. Okay? I think they should not have open carry. Even though I'm a two-way guy, I'm against that part of it. Personally, that's just me. You know what I mean? So in California, we might be able to conceal and carry. Now, I'm not the most disciplined guy in the world and just follow the rules. I'm just saying, in the state of California, you're not supposed to conceal and carry when you're on the streets. But sometimes I'm just hard-headed. It might be 2 o'clock at night, and I might want to go to the liquor store. I'm living on 150 normally. It's been some shit going on over here. So sometimes if I go to the store at night, I might just be disobedient. Sometimes if I just go somewhere, it just depends how I fucking feel. I might just be, I'm 50 years old. I know how to handle myself and talk about whatever. You know, I ain't been certain, you know, but I don't, but you know. Yeah. So the court case, and he didn't mention that. No, sorry. So that just blew red flags to me, but I just had to mention it for y'all. There was something I was gonna say. Oh, so yeah, in the state of California, it's called, in all states basically, we can carry at home. I can legally buy a firearm if it's under this, what state of California allows. The state of California just don't allow rounds more than 8 or something like that in a gun. So we can't have no big semi-automatic with long clips. But we can carry a revolver. You know, this is just an old school revolver. Let me let you know it's empty. I'm a two-way guy, so when I show my stuff, I'm not bragging. I'm just educating and advocating. So I follow a lot of two-way channels, and we have two-way conversations. So I may be strange to my little clique. So don't think I'm trying to show off a play. So I just let you know it's empty. So when we talk 2A and show our guns and what we use, or even if we do different gun reviews, we like to show that it's empty for safety. So being a 2A supporter, it's about responsibility and safety also. Big on that. So I have a pocket poster that I use. That's it. But what was I gonna say? I ain't got off track again. Let me read a few comments. 118, you in Los Angeles? Yeah, so in California, I forgot, I knew where I was at. I was talking about castle. It's called castle law. I'm able to buy a pistol legally. I'm an upstanding citizen. I ain't got no felonies. You know what I mean? Ain't everybody looking for me. You know what I mean? So when you buy, they always do a background check. Department of Justice does. So I can't even carry. But I'm able to purchase one, just outright go to a gun store or an FFL dealer, or I'll order guns off a gun broker, and then they send it to an FFL dealer. Then I go get an FFL dealer. They do the background check, and I wait the process and come back in a week or two or whatever to pick it up. Right? So we can carry in our homes and keep guns at homes and buy. New York, you have to get a gun permit to even purchase a gun, I believe. I'm not sure. I don't study that shit. Right? So that's why I was saying he wasn't distinguishing, because New York may be different than other states. I just want to be clear, because he's telling you can get a gun permit to purchase a gun and stuff, that does not mean you can get a gun permit to carry. That's not what he's saying. But he never clarified that. So I just had to do that. It was too many people misinformed. Right, so look here. Also, well, I'm sitting here having a conversation with a few cats. No, he didn't remove it. It's on just look at the 5-hour one, you'll find it. No. So I'm sitting up here, arguing with this damn fool. And I was telling what a woman should need at home. And if she was the first time buying something. And you get these guys who are overzealous. It's so many gun channels and ballistic tests and people shooting, doing different things, and tactical shows and all this old extra stuff. Okay? And this is what you need. You need a Glock such and such with this and this and that. No, they don't. Some women don't need all that where you gotta be pulling back. Some women are simple. And the best thing for them is a snub nose, decent pistol. Not this kind, but because mine is an aluminum frame and it's a lightweight snub nose. The others may be stainless steel frames, even though my the cylinder and the barrel is steel. The frame is aluminum and it was made like that so it can be light. But I would suggest that women get a steel one, because this one, since it's aluminum lightweight, it's painful to shoot. This is the worst one to shoot. It's not a good range gun. It's strictly for self-defense only. And snub noses are made for close up. It's not made for long distance. Snub nose, decent pistol, something that's simple. You ain't got that you can just pull and fucking shoot. You ain't gotta be playing or worried, and it's for sure 100% of the time. I've never had a misfire. I've never had anything go on. 100% of the time, every time I went to the range, and I've shot thousands at the range, it's never failed. But this one's painful, but I'm a man, I know that because I've practiced with it. So when I go to the range, I'll use it, but I'll maybe only shoot 15 rounds before it's just too fucking painful, because it's lightweight and it's a lot of power, right? So I'll suggest an all steel simple revolver. And this guy was talking about she can get a rifle and a shotgun is good for home defense. Some of y'all niggas be saying the dumbest shit. You know what I mean? First of all, the purpose of a snub nose is strictly for self-defense. It's not for any other thing and hunting, none of that. And it's for anything within 5 to 10 yards. Anything in my home, in my house, is going to be within 5 yards if there was a problem for home self-defense. I don't need no rifle or no shotgun if I'm thinking tactical, because I done been through every damn procedure, right? What the hell? Like, first of all, most people have an apartment, a small apartment, right? If you're laying in bed and you hear something at the door and somebody broke in or something, you want to quickly be able to get something like this. Is what I do. Let me show you. I have one of these close to my bed. All I got to do is pull out, and even the holster stays in, and that's it. I don't have to reach for nothing up under my bed and do this long thing. By the time I do this, somebody done jumped on me. Here I am struggling with the motherfucker, this heavy thing. This is for more stealth and aerodynamic, if you want to use those terms. You know what I'm saying? And this is all she needs. You guys gonna get somebody fucked up telling these women this shit. You know what I mean? First of all, yeah, she's gonna be within close quarters, so all she would need is something small and very simple and for sure. You know what I mean? Well, that's why I preface it. You may have came in. That's why I preface my video. I don't do this to play. We're strictly talking 2A and gun safety and self-protection. Right. So look here. And the proof of that is, remember the kid that got shot by the 2 white guys. He didn't grab the damn barrel of the shotgun. They sitting here tussling and shit. That can't happen with this. Nobody's gonna grab me if I sleep and I ain't got to reach and do all this. You don't have time for that if you're in a little apartment and somebody's coming to get you or attack you or something's going on. So people are miseducating a lot of people. Let me see. Yeah, so people are telling black women a lot of silly shit. And I'm just reading comments and I'm debating back and forth with people. So, you know, yeah, so that's why I titled it Snubnose Shotgun. So anything within 5 yards, even if I turn the corner, it's within 5 yards, everything is hidden. So I don't need no big old rifles and artillery. You don't need this and that. If I was hitting the corner and I thought somebody was there, I don't need to do this. And then somebody grabbed the handle. I'm sitting in the house tussling with a fucking rifle and a shotgun. I'm stealthy. If somebody tried to grab that, I can pull away and still pop. I done went through every scenario in my goddamn head for years. I got a scenario for everywhere I move and navigate life. I done thought of a scenario and the quickest route and the quickest way for self-protection. Like, you know, I ain't got time to be fighting no more. Yeah. First of all, like, let me give you an example. California is so bad and it's so strict that like sometimes one other reason why I turned conservative, because I feel like these Dems is trying to control my life, literally. Now let me say why I say literally. I'm an American grown ass man. I should be able to protect myself from death. So this is why you got to follow your state rules and listen to what the attorneys say sometimes. Even if, this is how bad it is. This is how control a Democrat has over my life. Even if I'm walking down the street peacefully, and I'm 51, but just say I was 60. I'm walking down the street peacefully as a 60-year-old man, and somebody's coming at me with an axe to actually kill me. And the only way I can save my life is to protect myself and shoot him dead. Right? But police come, investigate. Did you have a conceal and carry permit? Nope. That's a murder charge. You can get charged. I can get charged for manslaughter or murder, even if I shot somebody who was coming at me with an axe. Because the law in California says you're not supposed to conceal and carry in the streets. Do you see how, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's real tricky. You can actually be trying to protect your life from being dismembered or killed and still go to prison. I don't like that kind of control over my life. And anyone who thinks that, I have to go the opposite way and be an advocate for being able to be an American who can protect themselves and protect their life if need be. I strongly feel if the laws were everyone conceal and carry, crime would go down. Because in Baltimore and New York and California, the crooks know that 95% of the normal humans in New York, California, Baltimore, Chicago aren't carrying weapons because they can't carry. So I'm not afraid to rob you because I know you're not going to shoot me. I don't have no fear of running up in a spot and fucking up somebody, not a spot, but being in public somewhere and fucking up somebody and robbing somebody or carjacking somebody. I don't have that fear of doing that because I know these people can't carry, and 95% of the time they're not carrying. So if they know people are carrying, you're not going to run up and try to carjack somebody if you know people can carry legally. You get what I'm saying? So I'm an advocate for it because we feel crime will go down if people know everybody can defend themselves. There will be less robbery. So that's a thing people fight about in politics regarding the Second Amendment. So I advocate for carrying. You get what I'm saying? So I had to let you know about the court case coming up in October. That everybody, at least everybody needs to make a post about it on social media. It gets the fever and the ball rolling and more support. The more people hear about it, the more pressure on your state, the more media attention it gets. Right now, you guys didn't even know. The more media attention this Supreme Court case gets if you make a post about it. I made several posts about it on my Facebook page. Hey, Professor Cupcake. What's up, Miami Rica? What's up, Jigsaw? Golden God. Felton Mays, 118 Real, Isaiah Rogers, Peter Truth, Stoic. I just wanted to come on and say that. And that's about it. I'm about to take my green plant-based medicine and rock out and go to sleep. Or watch a movie. Y'all be good. How do I end this motherfucker?